Hi, everybody. I'm Chris, and I am going to be creating a Teen Witch character today out of some tarot cards. I'm using the Teen Witch Tarot deck. I've actually, I haven't even used this deck actually. I've had it, and I've not sure exactly what to expect out of it. And this is the first reading I'm going to do with it. So I think it'll be kind of fun to try out. Before we get started, a couple things. So you don't have to believe in the tarot to do what I'm about to do. I feel that the tarot cards can be a tool for self-discovery, or divination. Um, but we're not going to discuss divination right now. We're going to discuss creating beating your writer's block or creative block, for artists out there. Um, just to kind of, instead of giving you staring at a blank page, this is something you can do to stimulate your mind to give you something that's not as boring. I don't know. Um, so I've kind of taken a look at these cards a little bit, and a lot of them are, it's very female based. It's very women based. And I totally agree with that, but I'm not sure, but I want to create a character. So with the first card that I flip over, if it happens to be reversed, I'm going to make it a a male character. So it'll be a male witch. Um, I guess that was a little bit ahead of myself. I'm actually going to say too, if you are a writer, if you are a creator, if you are an artist, and you decide that you like to use this character that we're about to create, have at it. I am not going to copyright it. I am not going to come after you for it. If you want to use it in a story, if you want to use it as a starting point, have at it. Free. This is just an experiment. This is something just to show you how to use the tarot. If you wanted to try to use it to stimulate your creativity. So again, have at it. Do whatever you want. I'm not going to come after you for it. So I did shuffle this, but I'm going to shuffle it one more time just so that I can prove to you that I have no idea what's going to be coming up with this. With the deck. So let's just see what happens. Okay. So the first card is the physical appearance of this character. So let's see what we're coming up with. We got a reversed Two of Pentacles. So we're going to say male. Um I mean, we could go with what they're wearing, shorts and something sort of modern, sort of hippie-ish. Um but let's just do another card, see what happens. Another reversed card, and we got shorts again and a tank top. So let's do shorts and a tank top. This male teenager character, this male teen witch, he he likes to wear shorts and a tank top. He likes to show off his skin a little bit. So maybe he likes to work out. Maybe that's, well, let's find out. So I have a list here, going forward. I have a list on another screen here of characteristics that we're going to go through and um, just pull cards and see what happens. So his short-term goal, the Page of Pentacles. So I'm getting with the Page of Pentacles, his short-term goal. I mean, it's very interesting because the Pentacles are kind of a slow burn. They are grounding. They are, I mean, we can even go with his activity that's going on in the card. His short-term goal is to learn how to do telekinesis, to learn how to float things, learn how to do his magic. So why don't we go with that? Telekinesis and just making things float. So that's his short-term goal. That's a short-term spell that he wants to learn. So his long-term goal, well, we got the reversed devil. I think there's an addiction. There's some sort of an addiction that he's trying to heal from, and it's already happened. He knows that he's trying to heal from this. Maybe he's addicted to magic. I don't know. That's something to explore a little bit. He's addicted to something. So there's something that he's addicted to that He knows he needs to heal in order to better his magic, better his life. See what happens. His childhood. Let's see how his childhood goes. The Seven of Cups. In the usual tarot, it's 7 cups with a bunch of different things that you can choose out of 7 cups. So we're going to kind of use that along with what this card is saying. The 7 of cups is kind of like too many choices to choose from. I'm actually wondering if he is kind of like distracted a little bit. Like he maybe wants to go back and make potions with these two girls back here, but maybe he's also being like distracted by the snake. Something. I'm not entirely sure what to think of that at the moment. Maybe something will come up later for his childhood. Choices? Did he have choices growing? Maybe he had choices growing up, and he chose. He could do whatever he wanted. Let's sit on that for a minute and just see what else comes up. Maybe something in another card will help us figure out what is going on in his childhood. So his teen years, which I'm going to go more like preteen years, like 10 to 13. We got the Three of Wands, which is kind of like expecting things to come back at you for things you've put out in the world. Now, this did come up reversed. So but this is a fight, it looks like, in this card. So I'm kind of getting, he was fighting, always getting into fights. Maybe he wasn't getting into fights because this is reversed. So maybe he wasn't actually getting into fights. People wanted to, but he was too nice. Too nice to fight them. That's possibly something to play with. I don't know. But let's say the recent years. So maybe this is an older teen guy. Let's see how old he actually is. We got the 10 of Cups. And this was right up. So he's actually very stable in who he is now. He's very happy with his emotions, which is interesting because of this addiction character. Maybe he's actually healed from this addiction. He knows he's healed from this addiction, or he's overcome this addiction that we had from his long-term goal. But he's happy, but he's also still he could be still addicted to something. This card, I'm not sure about this fighting card with a dragon and a frog on it. We've got a boy and a girl fighting it out, it looks like, on the Three of Wands. Was he fighting a girl literally on a dragon? maybe his thing is like a frog. His familiar is a frog, and he didn't fight dragons growing up. It's a little bit of a stretch, a little bit more literal, but maybe something will come up later in future cards. For his happiest moment, because we got teen years, we got recent years, his happiest moment. Hold on. There we go. Happiest moment. The King of Swords. His happiest moment is something to do with with the traditional Rider-Waite, it's a king of your thoughts, knowing how to speak your truth, when to speak your truth, a smart man, a smart person. But I'm kind of wondering, I'm getting a little something different from this because you've got a donkey on it, which could be considered a jackass. Maybe his happiest moment was when he was actually able to find his toughness. There is a little bit of a danger here, and I get kind of a horse thing with this because when you're touching the back of a horse, or when you're behind a horse, you want to make sure that you're touching its butt so that it doesn't kick you, so that it knows that what's behind it, and knows that you're behind it. So I'm kind of wondering, there's a care going on here with this, with her, with this person going on touching the back of the horse. So maybe there was like a animal that he cared for. That was his happiest moment, and people were watching. People were watching him care for this animal. So that could be something there. Yeah, I'm getting more of a care with animal situation with this. His happiest moment was he was able to heal an animal. Maybe with all of his spells that he's doing, he's learning telekinesis right now, but he's really good at medicinal uh, spells. Something to try out and see what happens. His most embarrassing moment. Well, this is the sun reversed, but I'm going to go quite literally what's actually on the card. And you know how when you go to a rodeo house or like a rodeo bar and they have like the bull riding mechanism that people ride? I'm going to guess he did some sort of bull riding and he fell off. And it was maybe he was trying to impress someone at the time. And that's why it's his most embarrassing moment. He was probably trying to do something that he wasn't ready for, or just trying something that just was very dangerous, and he ended up landing flat on his face. His earliest memory. You got the Lovers reversed. I'm gonna go, the Lovers is not necessarily about having a relationship. It's actually more about having dedication towards something, or making being dedicated towards something. Now there is a threesome, not threesome, but a love triangle going on this card. If this is his earliest memory, I'm wondering if there's a decision that he didn't make with this Seven of Cups. This could totally go back to like preschool days. Like maybe there was a girl or a boy. I don't know if he's gay or straight. We haven't quite gotten that far yet. I don't know that we're going. No, another card, another time. I don't know. There's something, his earliest memory. There's something he didn't dedicate himself to or choose to dedicate himself to. And maybe that was like his defining moment. Maybe that was what led him to down a different path than what he could have gone on. Let's see maybe we'll figure out what that is. His birthday and place. So I've pulled the Ace of Cups, and it has a frog, some spaghetti, and a cauldron. Interesting. He was obviously born outdoors, possibly in a swamp, out in nature at least. And there was in the story that you write, if you do take this character, you've somehow got to put pasta was involved in his birth. With the Ace of Cups, I'm getting a very January feeling from it because one's January 1st kind of a thing. I'm getting kind of a January thing from him, kind of from this card. It is reversed, but I'm still getting ones, 1-1, early in the year, first season, January 1st still coming to mind for me for this. Okay, so his work. As a teenager, you do have to work, sometimes to make money. Magic can't solve all your problems, so let's see. What does he do for work? Let's move some of these cards away. Got the Eight of Wands reversed. This kind of actually reminds me a little bit of his happiest moment. Something, I don't remember what card this was. But it was with the animal, the one that we did, the King of Swords. There's a little bit of a comparison with the Eight of Wands here. And the Eight of Wands, usually it means movement. fast movement. This card is specifically showing a witch turning a frog into a human. So but it's reversed. So I'm actually kind of wondering, since this is his work, I wonder if he's trying to change humans into animals. Could there be something different there? Could people actually, in this world where this character lives, instead of changing animals into humans, could they change humans into animals? I mean, that could be something. This guy does kind of have a smiling face. He is kind of worried that he might be turning into a frog. But I'm kind of going to go with the reverse and just kind of see if maybe his work is actually trying to change humans into animals. Maybe there's something in your story that people pay to change themselves into an animal to cure themselves. I don't know. His education. Well, he's obviously still in high school, but has he graduated? Got the 5 of Pentacles reversed. This is what it's not reversed. It's 2 people kissing. But the 5 of Pentacles reversed. Heartache, lack of money. He hasn't graduated. I wonder if he dropped out. I think he dropped out of high school. I think that's kind of what he did there. He dropped out of whatever school he was going to. He's probably learning magic all on his own. He's probably not even doesn't even have a teacher. He's probably just learning it all by himself. Self-view, how he views himself. We got the 8 of Pentacles reversed. Man, there's a lot of reverse cards in here. The 8 of Pentacles, he's not a perfectionist. He knows he's kind of a mess somewhere. The 8 of Pentacles is a very perfectionist card, or you have a really strong talent for something. But this one obviously came up reversed, so I feel like he thinks that he's not talented in his self-view. He feels it's a little bit of a depression there. It might have something to do with this devil situation that's going on here too, that we had for his addiction. Yeah. So the external view, this is how people view him from the outside. The wheel. Somehow he has some good luck. And things are always turning for him. There's always seems to be an option for him to get out of something, or there's always an option for him to change something, or someone's always there to save him. So he has this luck about him. Close external view. This is the people that are close to him, like his friends, maybe his family, if they're close. I'm not getting any major parental stuff yet in this. He seems to be very much so on his own. So I don't know. Let's see. Maybe he doesn't have any close friends. We got reversed the Emperor. The Emperor is very dad-like, very stick to the rules, follow me and obey me. I mean, there's the dark side of that, and there's also the provider, the stable provider. But this is reversed, so I'm kind of getting that maybe he doesn't have any close external view people. Maybe there's nobody to externally view him. It's something's not stable in his life. He doesn't have. I don't think he has a stable group of friends. That's probably what he probably doesn't have a stable group. He's very much so alone. He's a loner. How he got there, I don't know. Something to do with this decision that he made earlier. Something to do with the addiction that we got. Doing some major self-healing here. So we've got a flaw. I'm going to do 2 flaws, and we've got his first flaw, which is The Eight of Cups reversed. Usually this shows a picture of a person walking away from Eight of Cups, as if they are walking away from something that they love to get something better. This card, however, is reversed and shows someone coming to someone for help. Maybe he doesn't go to older. I'm wondering if this is him and this is like a teacher that he could go to for help. And I'm wondering if he actually doesn't go to the older generation for help with his magic. I mean, he is alone. He doesn't have a teacher. He doesn't have friends. So I'm betting his flaw is that he's scared to open up to people. Is that a flaw though? Could that be a flaw? I don't know. We have a second flaw, which is it's Temperance Reverse. Now, something's not equal with him. He's not I think this has to do a lot with the devil that we had with the reverse devil, whatever he's addicted to. So whatever he's addicted to, he's still majorly struggling with it. He hasn't found completion with it. He hasn't found how to control it totally yet. So that's probably one of his flaws. It's probably holding him back from connecting with people. His strengths. Judgment. He's a good judge of character. He knows who's good, who's bad. He knows who to put into his circle. This is the judgment card just for everyone to see. This is people working together. This looks more like a Three of Pentacles kind of a working with me, but this is the judgment card on this deck, so we're just going to go with that. But I'm going to guess that he's an excellent judge of character. He's an excellent judge of potions, and an excellent judge of ingredients. So that's kind of his strength. I think he's got some good judgment about what magics to use and what magics not to use, what people to contact, what people not to contact, or to stay out of certain situations or to go into certain situations. So we've got a weakness. The Nine of Swords reversed. Just for your reference, this is the Nine of Swords reversed, and usually it's about a nightmare. This is actually kind of close to a nightmare, just to show you the card upright. But if it's a weakness, I don't think he's actually attacking his fears. I think that's probably what's going on here with the devil kind of a situation. And with the Temperance reversed, I think that he is not facing something from his past or something in his self-conscious. An inner demon. Like this is a demon. Like this, I'm betting he's not facing someone from his past that he should be facing in order to heal his devil, whatever he's addicted to. Come on, card. Got stuck. So whatever he's addicted to and trying to heal from, he's obviously still dealing with it, kind of a thing. And I think that if he can deal with this, he can deal with that. His gifts, which kind of goes along with strengths, but let's see what kind of a gift he has. The Hanged Man reversed. I think he's very confident in his thoughts. He's very confident in his views of the world. He doesn't need to see other people's point of view or stop his life to see other people's point of view. I think that he can view other people's point of view easily. I think he's a good listener. Which is very odd since he has no close friends. And he seems to be very alone. He must have some kind of worldly knowledge. I think he puts other people first, maybe, before he puts himself first or thinks about himself, kind of a thing. Move this for just a second. Okay. So his phobias. What's a phobia? Well, I'm just gonna say this is the Six of Pentacles, and I'm just gonna use the card as it physically says. He's afraid of falling. He's afraid of falling over a cliff. Um, could be afraid of heights. Could be afraid of heights. Something of that nature. Um, so his pet peeve, something that really bothers him. The Knight of Wands reversed. This is the Knight of Wands in this deck. Just to put that upside right like that. I'm gonna say people being unsafe when they know they shouldn't be, and the reason why I'm kind of going and leaning in that direction is because these girls are flying on broomsticks with fire. If a spark happens to fall onto their broom or even on a kite, I don't know, maybe it will cause a fire elsewhere. I think people who are not safe or conscious of what they're doing. That's kind of what I'm thinking of, like stupid people, for lack of a better term, is what I'm kind of thinking. I think that there's a common sense, and he hates people who don't have common sense. Or that's a pet peeve. A bad habit of his, which actually might help us know about what his devil and his temperance and why he's alone. So let's see. His bad habit, the Nine of Wands. We also got another reverse Nine of Wands, but this is the Nine of Wands. But we got it reversed. So Nine of Wands usually shows a man blocking a fence of wands. Bad habit, though. I don't think he studies. This shows a girl at actually studying a book. I don't think he studies. I think that he wants to do the telekinesis, but I don't think he knows how to do it because he doesn't have the proper instruction, the proper magic connections, the proper education, because he dropped out. Wherever that card was, he dropped out of the Five of Pentacles. So I'm actually kind of wondering, I think that his bad habit is that maybe he may be a good judge of character and judgment, but I think that there's some spells that he does out of bad habits. Like he jumps into spells that are too big for him, kind of a thing. I'm wondering. Something to play with there. Anyway. His good habit, though, the Three of Cups. Usually the Three of Cups is like a party cup. But I'm kind of seeing birds making a mess here. I'm seeing a couple that's kind of just like having a good time. They've got a potion that's kind of gone bad, and it's making a mess. I kind of feel like he's a little bit of a free spirit. I'm kind of getting a good habit is that he's not as rigid with himself as he could be. I don't think he knows how to parent himself. He's obviously still overindulging in something, and he doesn't know how to fix that. He is a good judge of other people's character, maybe with that judgment card. But maybe he's not a good judgment of his own character. I know this is supposed to be a good habit, but I kind of wonder if there's some sort of a fluidity with him. Mannerisms. So this actually might help us learn more about the Seven of Cups card from a long time ago, making decisions, or even making the Lovers. What didn't he decide? Let's see. So his mannerisms. The Knight of Swords reversed. This is the Knight of Swords, just for your recollection, but this is what we actually got. So for his mannerisms, Knight of Swords, smart thinker, says what's on his mind, charges in without thinking. I mean, that does make sense for his Nine of Wands situation, for him charging into a spell that he's not thinking about. I you know, with this card before we had like not fighting. I'm wondering if he is now overcompensating and he's actually more of a fighter. I think he maybe gets himself into situations um, that he's not ready for, and maybe he jumps to conclusions a lot. So I think maybe he's actually fighting for the little person um, without knowing the full consequences of what could happen, even with magic, kind of a thing. Redeeming quality 1. So now we got the Hierophant. It's reversed though. He may not be a good student or a good teacher or good with lessons, but because this is a redeeming quality, I kind of think that maybe he's creative. He's more on his own still not learning from other people, but his instincts are still kind of there. He can think outside of the box. That's kind of what I'm getting from this card. He can think outside of the box. That's kind of a redeeming quality. Redeeming quality 2, the Ace of Pentacles. He's always able to start something new. He always seems to be able to continue bringing himself money, something physical. He always has something physical. He will always have something physical on him, some kind of physical magic, physical artifact. I'm also going to go the other direction and say with the Ace of Pentacles, because this is so low, maybe he doesn't need to use, maybe all of his magic comes from within instead of using all the tools that most witches use. I'm wondering if maybe his redeeming quality is that he doesn't need any of that. He's a minimalist magic practitioner. So that's kind of that could be something interesting to look at in general. Internal conflict. This might help with the devil. This might help with the temperance. This might help with why he's healing animals. This might help why he's helping people turn into animals. Internal conflict. The moon. His emotions are reversed. He's living in complete darkness. The moon is about emotions and usually the feminisms, the girl side, the feminist side of people. But if you think about it, the moon is also a reflection of the sun. The sun is very bright. The sun is all-knowing, all-seeing. But the moon only lets you see in the dark a little. I think he's ignoring his emotions. I think he's ignoring his past. He's not letting himself feel what he needs to be feeling. I think that he's very, if he lets his emotions in, if he lets himself feel his emotions, I think that he feels like he's going to fall apart or his life will be over or something of that nature. He's not seeing the complete picture and seeing his true potential. His motivation. What's his motivation in life right now? He seems very alone. He doesn't have people hanging out with him. He is kind of I'm getting kind of a Witcher vibe from this. I only saw the TV series on Netflix, but I'm getting kind of a like alone and just people know what he does, but he does it alone. I don't know. Motivation. We got the Ace of Wands. Just drop the card. The Ace of Wands is a beginning card. Starting new things, new passions, learning new spells, learning new magics, starting new things, my mind kind of my eyes went kind of to these cans here that that she's left. I wonder if she's worked too hard and she's actually like trying to stay awake, um, like running on fumes kind of a thing. Um, I don't know where that fits in or how that fits into the card, but I kind of get that his motivation is that he just wants to learn all of it. He wants to learn, but he can't finish it. Obviously, we've got a lot of aces in here. Um, his motivation is just to learn more. He just doesn't learn more in school. He's not a school learner. He's very street smarts. Um, his secret, the one secret, maybe this is the devil. Maybe this is what he's been hiding from. This is what really wondering what he's addicted to. I'm wondering if this is his secret. This could even be his secret as to why he's alone. This could be his secret as to why he's called upon for magic and people he doesn't tell people about this. I don't know. So let's see. His secret is the 5 of Wands. Usually 5s mean conflict. This is the 5 of Wands card. Um, what if he's not a witch? What if he's actually a demon? What if he's actually an animal? What if he wants to change? What if he's oh, this went for a dark turn. What if he's actually an animal practicing magic, trying to make humans turn into animals so that humans can go away to let nature take its course more? Global warming? Whoa. This is a I think he has a hidden motivation with this whole whatever he's doing here. I think he's lying to people. There's a lying changing thing going on here. This is whoa, that was a change. Um, why is he hiding this secret? The 2 of Wands reversed. Now, this is really weird because the 2 of Wands is usually a card of a man standing with the world in his palm, looking out into the world, sending something out, a message or something. Um, but this has 2 girls fighting on it. Um, this is what it looks like upright, but this is 2 girls fighting on it. I mean, man, why is he hiding the secret? Is there someone he's fighting? Ugh. Is there someone he's fighting? If this is the bad guy in your story or the story, if this is like the bad person, the villain, that's the word I'm looking for. This is the villain in your story, like I don't know. This is why is he hiding the secret? I'm gonna leave this up to you. Why is he hiding the secret? 2 of Wands. Here's the card. This is what it looks like. Um, I'm gonna let you kind of decide that one because I'm not sure where that one's going. Um, here is his view of the world. Queen of Pentacles totally makes sense. The Queen of Pentacles is the queen is usually the more the loving person, the motherly loving person, and Pentacles is all about Mother Earth or things you can touch. And she's obviously near a stream, near a swamp where he was born. Got some snakes, got some water, got some plants. There's something to do with global warming here. He is very into global warming, very into wanting to help Mother Nature do her thing and not let humans take control um, and kill it, kill Mother Earth. I'm still wondering about this 2 of Wands, though. Why is he hiding the secret? I mean, it makes sense if you're got these twisted ways and you're not, don't want people to know that you're a demon. or know that you're an animal just practicing magic. Um, but maybe he's hiding the secret because he doesn't want people to start fighting at him, or he's avoiding conflict. He might be avoiding conflict. He might be avoiding the fight, which is why it's reversed. He might be making sure that he doesn't have to fight, cause an external fight in his own war, in a sense. Um, so I'm going to move on to another sort of flashcard situation here that I think is kind of helps a little bit. Um, I have another list here that might help us more with what he looks like and more outside things of what he does outside of whatever's happening here. His clothes. Now we've kind of already decided that his clothes are t-shirts and tank tops. So we're gonna kind of skip that. And his shoes. I'm gonna guess that he actually doesn't wear shoes because he's very earthly and he was born in a swamp. This is actually Queen of Pentacles, but he was born in the swamp right here. I had it reversed, but I don't remember if it was reversed or not. I think he was born in a swamp, and so I think that he's very connected to the earth. Food and drink. So I have a bunch of toddler cards here, and like teaching toddlers how to, or I guess what things are in the real world. And we're gonna go with his favorite food. We're gonna choose his favorite food and just see what comes up. We've got a bunch of cards here. We're gonna just shuffle and just kind of see what we come up with. So his favorite food is, I'm just picking from the middle. Interesting. Green beans. Um, Not sure what you want to do with that. It is a plant. It is plant-based. He was born in a swamp. Um, go with that. He likes plants. He likes gardening or something. His favorite books. We're gonna go back to the tarot for this, I think. Um, and just see. So his favorite books are The Knight of Pentacles. I'm gonna kind of get rock climbing out of this. Climbing, people climbing for things. Um, Adventure, being alone, doing adventure things on all by yourself. Um, Also something at night. I'm not sure what that is exactly. Um, but something also very grounded because you've got pentacles here again. So he's very into um earthly things, earthly books, earthly magic, um, kind of things. So that's kind of the books that he looks into kind of a thing. Um, if there are, if there is any kind of electronic world here, um, his favorite TV shows or movies, I guess, would be The Seven of Swords. Usually these are about liars or like plans going awry. It's usually a thievery. But this is the card that comes up for his favorite movies and TV shows. Wondering if I don't need to use these toddler cards. Um, I'm getting kind of a working together thing. That's kind of an odd. That's like a weird like a totally opposite thing. But these girls are working together to make one braid. So if he's alone, teamwork? Does he maybe he likes movies where there is teamwork, trying to um compensate for what he doesn't have is teamwork because he works alone by himself, kind of a thing. Um, Songs, his favorite music. So I have instruments here. Where did that go? That's actually here. He may not even like that because I have instruments and sports kind of in the same thing here, but let's see what comes up. So songs. Let's see, songs. And I guess it could be a sport. I should maybe just label it extracurricular activities, maybe, instead of something outside of magic, outside of his goals, whatever. So let's see. Um, songs that he goes toward are maracas. He likes maracas. I mean, maracas do produce sound, and there is ways to use maracas in magic. So maybe he's found a way to actually use maracas um, in outside of magic as well. We're gonna try to pull a sports card and see what comes up. I don't see much else here. Let's see, sports card. Let's see if what comes up. Well, I guess there's got to be some kind of a modern thing in this world because he likes skateboarding. Skateboarding is a sport that he likes to do. Um, so run with that. His hobbies. So I have a list of hobbies here that's more this is more travel. Um things, hobbies, people. This could be hobbies. This is like traveling though. This is more things that you can use to travel to get to places, but I'm wondering if this is a hobby that we can play with a little bit. Maybe there is a hobby other than skateboarding, even though it's his favorite sport. Um, let's just find out. Let's see if we can find a hobby. So, a hobby of his is something to do with a truck. Um, off-roading, kind of a sporty thing, but I wonder if he likes to go for long drives. He is a witch, so maybe he likes to go for long broomstick rides. Um, he just likes to travel and see the world and just do it that way. That's kind of an interesting thought. He likes to just kind of see the world for what it is, and take it all in. His favorite color, I'm going to go back to the tarot for this, just see what happens. Um, Green was the first card that came out to me here, even though purple's all over it. Green is, I think I've been looking at purple for the entire spread, and I'm wearing a purple shirt. So I wonder if that's why my eyes went immediately to green, which actually makes more sense because green is very much so more about growth and about the world and Mother Nature and plants. So I think that green is probably his favorite color. Favorite number. The number 7. We got the 7 of wands here. So we're just going to go with the number 7. And if you know the magical community, the number 7 is a very, very magical number. Favorite animal. So we've got a lot of animals here. See what his favorite animal is. And we're going to actually pull 2 because his first is going to be his favorite animal. And the next is going to be a pet. I'm actually going to bet that his pet is going to be more of his familiar. So maybe he does have someone to at least talk to. But let's see what happens. So his favorite animal is a fox. That's kind of cute. I mean, animal, it's not swampy. But that's interesting to think about. He likes foxes. And let's see if he has let's see what his familiar is. If he has a familiar, maybe this is a familiar that he's looking for. This could be a familiar, or this could even be not necessarily a pet, but maybe this is like instead of, in this card where we had, I have lost it. I have lost the card. This one, where you see the frog and the man changing into a frog, or turning out into a frog. That's kind of generic. That's very fairy tale. Maybe he's actually changing people into a different animal. So let's see. He's actually probably instead of having a familiar, because he seems very alone. He doesn't seem like he has a familiar. I think he works all by himself. But I think he's probably changing people into. This is so bad. He's probably changing people into shrimp. I don't exactly know what that's going to accomplish. Um, Seafood, um, lower on the food chain, making humans lower on the food chain, the lowest on the food chain instead of the highest, what they think that they are. Um, Something to play with there. Now I have a car here, but I'm gonna bet that since this guy is very worldly and very Mother Earthy and very naturey, something's moving. I was stepping on a plastic thing. I'm gonna guess that he likes to ride on his broomstick. I know that we chose a truck, but I don't think that he would use a truck. I think he's actually using his broomstick to go on long broomstick rides, road trips, broomstick trips. There's got to be a term there. Um, yeah. So that's kind of what I'm thinking there. Um, so that's kind of how another way to create a teen witch character. Um, I need to sort of I'm still working on revising this, obviously, because some of these cards are not quite matching up and I keep going back to the tarot. So maybe I don't even need these toddler cards, but they kind of bring something different to it. Um, I almost want to add like a favorite place because I have a bunch of places here and things. Um, but I don't know that I need it. I mean, it could be something to work with. Let's just use it since I haven't used well, maybe what is this? These are actually places. This is the places card. So I mean, maybe his favorite place other than the swamp, because I feel like the swamp is his favorite place. Um, but maybe this is like his secret hideout, secret places, a place that he likes to go to be by himself instead of home. His own secret hut would be. It says house. I don't know why that would mean I that makes no sense for this. Um might have to do I don't know, it seems sort of secretive because if he likes Mother Earth, why is he going to houses? Kind of a thing. That just kind of botched a couple things. Um these are kind of like tools and things. I've kind of placed them in the thing area. So maybe this is one of his favorite things. And maybe it's a favorite thing to use in magic, his favorite thing to use in general, just his favorite toy. Um, let's just see what his favorite toy is. What is his favorite tool to use maybe in his magic? Even though he's a minimalist, maybe he has at least this one thing that he likes to use. He likes to use snow. Which kind of makes sense because snow is water. So maybe he's like earthly, very naturey. So that's kind of what I'm getting out of that. Um, did we say his favorite food? I think I said his favorite food. What did I say on his favorite food? His favorite food. Yes, we did. It's green beans. So yeah, so that's the Teen Witch that we've created. I haven't named him. Again, if you want, I'm going to be making more of these. I would be greatly appreciated if you would subscribe. For more, I've got multiple decks. If you want to book me for one of your projects specifically for you, um, or even for an actual tarot reading, you are more than welcome to. I'll put my website in the description box below. I'm more than happy to help people out. I find the tarot very self-rewarding. I think gets your mind, it can stimulate your mind and get you a little bit more focused on what you're trying to accomplish, if you ask the right questions. Um, so yeah, with that, I will leave you with that, and I will see you on the next video, making another character. Thank you very much for watching, if you've made it this far.